They don't even mention the Presidential Records Act. This is all about the Presidential Records Act. I'm allowed to have these documents. I'm allowed to take these documents, classified or not classified. And frankly, when I have them, they become unclassified. People think you have to go through a ritual. You don't. At least in my opinion, you don't.
The question is simply, your lawyers signed a certification saying they had turned over everything that was responsive. Then when the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, they found documents that were responsive that had not been produced, marked classified.
I don't know what the timing is. Again, I'd have to check the time. I don't know. I just don't know the timing. All I know is I'm allowed to have those documents.
But once you get a subpoena, you have to turn them over.
I know this. I don't even know that because I have the right to have those documents. So I don't really know that.
All right, once again, Donald Trump seeming to confess on the air how fun it must be to be his attorneys in all these cases against him. We'll have much more on that straight ahead. Plus, we'll get expert legal analysis on the new federal charges for Hunter Biden. Also ahead, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy dares the far-right members of his party to try to take the gavel away from him. And breaking news, a historic strike is underway this morning. For the first time ever, the United Auto Workers are taking on Detroit's Big Three at the same time. We'll go through the union's demands and how the automakers are responding. A lot to get to on this Friday morning. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, September 15th. And along with Joe, Willie, and me, we have former White House press secretary, now an MSNBC host, Jen Psaki. The host of Way Too Early, White House bureau chief at Politico, Jonathan Lemire, and MSNBC contributor Mike Barnicle joins us this morning.
Willie Geist, they say confession is good for the soul. I guess that's why Donald Trump keeps talking to reporters on TV.
Okay.
It's amazing. He sits down with Megyn Kelly. He sat down with our Kristen Welker, the new moderator of Meet the Press, and just continues to confess. And we have a new Trump classic among thousands where he says, I know that. I don't even know this, immediately contradicting himself when it's told when a subpoena is presented to you, you have to turn over the documents. Also, he can keep citing the Presidential Records Act, and he can keep being wrong about that. That doesn't mean that you as an individual get to take the documents with you when you leave the White House. Not remotely what the Presidential Records Act says. They go to the National Archives. Those documents belong to the government. So maybe that argument plays well with his audience, with his base. But again, I guess for the 1,000th time, that's not at all how the Presidential Records Act works.
No, it's not, Mike Barnicle, and yet he continues trying to use that excuse and continues talking around in circles. But again, at the end of every one of these interviews, you got prosecutors who are just, looking down at their notebooks and go, well, that was a productive, productive interview for us. I mean, he's basically just confessing for the prosecutors every time he gets in front of a camera.
Can you imagine being his lawyer or lawyers? I mean, every appearance is the tail of the tape. That's where it goes. It goes directly to a tape that all they have to do in the prosecution is turn on the tape. And endless interviews with Megyn Kelly, everyone, Kristen Welker, everyone who's ever interviewed him, he has said something almost indictable during the course of a regular interview. A nightmare. Here's a candidate, or rather, here's someone, a suspect, someone under indictment who will never, ever take the stand in a court of law because of this.
Yeah, and as his attorney, not only do you have to deal with all that, but you also have to look at him in the face and say, good job, Mr. President, or you'll get fired. Yeah.